Well, at least this time we're not starting on a black screen. Well, okay. It's... There we go. There we go. At least this time we're not starting on a black screen. I need to get this. What the... No! Copy video link. Come in here. Paste it there. Paste it here. And... Right, so I'm not gonna continue because I loaded it up. I played a little bit, you know, to make progress, and I was just intending to just let the game run and finish the power wheels thing that I built, but I ended up doing all sorts of other stuff, so I'm just gonna roll back. Load cycle 19 instead of cycle 21. So this will be where we left it off at the end of the last stream. Silence. Why is there no music? There we go, music. Right, so the first things that we need to do is we need to come down here and automate these two counter planks, counter gears, counter gears, counter gears. This one, delete that path. Put in this. As for this, we want to make dirt, counter dirt, dirt. This wants to be bot chassis, bot heads, bot limbs. So we name those counter bot chassis, counter bot heads, and counter bot limbs. But I'm not going to put the automation for those on until they have been built. I know I'm talking to dead air, there's nobody watching yet, but someone might, you know, watch it later. So this, there's a slight flaw in the way I designed this. Because the platforms are anchored here, and I put the path here, well I can't actually build these platforms, overhangs, because they can't build these platforms first. So we need to add a way for the beavers to get access to walk along here to build those platforms so that they can build the overhangs on top of them. I think if I go like this, I can walk along here. So well, it's an easy solution. Lag. If I put that there, that there, yeah. Oh no, it don't go there. That goes there, then that goes there. That's probably enough actually. So then we want to there, to there. I didn't close Telegram. Closing Telegram. And the best part is that we just need to put flat like that. We don't even need to put path up here because we don't need to, because we've got multiple ways up. This probably wants to be high. Yeah. Multiple ways up here as well. I think if we put a ladder here, let's go up to that height for now. And I think the other one was probably about here. What else did I do? I'm trying to redo what I did previously. So something else to consider is that, yeah, we do need more of these, but we also need more of these. So what I'm actually going to do is demolish them and replace those with willows, and then terraform this area a bit to put these and another tapper's shack around here. Those there. So the easiest way to narrow things down was to actually redo this a bit. I'm gonna do it differently than I did on the other game. But to start with, I wanna remove all of this. Not. Yeah, all of this. And you don't actually need that or this, because that'll collapse. Just going to demolish it all down first. We don't need to worry about plant murderers because bots will be doing the work here. I think can't actually get Tapper's Shack. Look, it can't actually quite get to the back corner, which is why you want another Tapper's Shack here. If I put the Tapper's Shack here, where's... Yeah, that doesn't even get close to the corner. And there's one there. Oh, it's not Tapper's Shack, it's not Tapper's Shack, it's pruning flag. Pruning flag there doesn't have enough. So this... Yeah, that pruner's flag there to get to the corner. And since there's a dead one there, we plant dead trees. Go on high speed. Because of the way I was redesigning this, you don't want them going this way. In fact, do we even want that bridge there at all? Because they can get there through that way. And the zipline. It would probably be better to do... I'm not doing things exactly as I did in the other game. I do a bypass there like that. There is another hauler's post somewhere. Is that it? Change that over to bots. It's like I have that there. Oh, lag. I don't want to use the demolish tool. I'll leave those two. I don't want to use the demolish tool directly though, because I'd probably end up blowing up things I don't want to demolish. Yeah, instead of having that at maximum priority, let's change it down to this priority. Like that. So this needed power. That is connected to the power. This is connected to the power. So how did I connect this to the power network last time? I don't remember. I don't know if I did. So I did here. They're on the power grid. This one is not. I mean, it's not a huge amount. It's like 84 power. But it'd still be better to connect it rather than not. It's something to worry during a drought, though, not while the river's running. We also have a shortage of logs and a shortage of planks, but not a shortage of gears. So that's kind of reversed itself. In fact, the reason I want to get rid of this path as well is so that I can get rid of it there. There. For planting area. High prioritise this so I can, you know, get to work with it. Actually, this should also be high prioritised, since there's really no reason to just not have someone bash it a couple of times and have it done. So this area is now cleared. I'm going to add those willow trees in there. And that will actually make a fair difference to plank production. The resin issue is also why these aren't producing lubricant for everyone. I was considering building a third one of those. I was like, hang on a minute, what if we just fix the problem with the pines? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this here for a new river, a new dam instead of there, you know, straight in the river, which means I also need to demolish this down and don't need them. You might as well also demolish that. Yeah, good. Gives you a little bit more water storage. I think you want to do like this. Right, so this is here. Just look up at YouTube as it's spinning and I'm like, yeah, oh, my spinning doesn't make people sick when they're watching. I know I'm high prioritising a lot of things, but So today we don't need all this here. This was because of reasons. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put power levy here, like that, and I'm going to put one here as well. Yeah, we'll probably save him, but that's not the real reason why. I'm gonna put levy there for the moment as well. Oh my god, the power levy doesn't need to be a power levy. Yeah, ladders are kind of expensive at the moment because we don't have that many logs. We only have one log production press, and the rest is from that bot cutting down that little patch of forest over again and over again. So I want to come over to here, see the progress on this. Yeah, there's not really any additional progress on this. They've done the little ladders here though. It's because I've got... No, he's stranded there. He's going to stay stranded there until they blow out all of this area down here. We've already got some of the power levies gone in there. Wait, is that the right spot for the power levy? That's not even the right spot for the power levy. This is the spot for the power levy. So I'm going to need to build temporary levies there, and I'm going to need to build temporary levies all the way up here actually. So I need to prevent water flowing through there. They don't need to be a priority. I want that to be a priority, it doesn't need to be. Yeah. So hopefully he'll blow these up and this little island will collapse. There you go. Yeah, that just needs to protect the top. That also just needs to protect the top. So I can put that there, them there, and levies there. And that is a levy. Is that backside protected? The backside is protected. So I can knock that out. Because the fill valve goes in there. And the fill valve, it just wants to be like that, doesn't it? Yeah. Plenty of gears, shortage of planks and logs. That actually kind of looks silly with that, with dirt there, so I might edit the model to not include dirt at the footprint of the ladder. Make a note. Edit. What's it called? Just ladder and ladder. They do actually have names other than ladder. Just go flat ladder should not have dirt in the. Probably better if it had a strip. Let me just edit that. Flat ladder. Construction site and construction stage to only have a strip of dirt. That's going to be a new construction stage. There we go, that guy's rescued. Right, so now I want to high prioritise that. And if I don't high prioritise that, they're just going to spend all their time building this, which is not a bad thing in of itself, because the aim is to get that finished this session. But I want to do other things as well. This is now right in the middle of the lake. Not here, but from here that way. I want to do that, but not yet, because maybe it was there, but you need a. I think demolish this for the moment. These only connect out the sides, so you need a levee there. And a levee there. But power levee in the wall there and there. And then where that ladder is, where you want the power shaft to come out and go that way like that. And this is how it connects to this slot, isn't it? So we do actually want to put a power levee there, but we want to replace these with power levies for that connection and get rid of this. I want to fill in this with dirt. So I want to fill that whole area here with dirt. That's a lot of logs. See, this ladder's in the wrong spot. Just being there, can't actually connect that up. Is that accessible? That is accessible. Okay, good. See, I'm not even prioritising that and they're getting it done because it's a resource that we have in abundance. That made an explosion sound. What was that that was placed that made an explosion sound? Because it probably shouldn't have. So now I can demolish them and build. No, it's power dam. Build power dam there. Yeah. We need those logs. Let's prioritise that as well, so because they'll come down and do this, and then we can get rid of the. Yeah, because we want to do that before we demolish this. Right, now that all this at the back is finished, we can demolish that one. Build the power levy there. Drought approaching. Power. They do run really slow when they're out of power. At least it's not like when they were originally created in the unstable version where they blow up when they run out of power. So now we can demolish those, claim some of these logs. What's this supposed to be? No, we don't need that anymore. What we will need though is block there. Block there, because we'll want to get rid of that. this. Build that so we can block that off. And then when that's built we can demolish that and these. Want to replace this with just dirt, and at the top level here we want the power levy going across. Or as it's called in the new version of the game, impermeable power shaft. I don't think we have storage for shovels, do we? So that's that done. I want to demolish this ladder and put power shaft there. Yeah. Lose those logs. Something we do actually want to do is now that we can see down what's done, we actually want to build this in there. So if I just prioritise that there, that should rescue those it should be able to rescue that rubble anyway. So this is almost done. That is done. We want to demolish this, this, this. We want to put in dirt like that. Power levy like that. High priority. And when that's built we can demolish this temporary at the back. As well as this power shaft stuff here. That is a platform as well, isn't it? So what do we need? We need this, obviously. I don't think we need that. That's separated now, so this is being powered only by this. I want to demolish all of that, and I think that's it. Yep. This wants to go like that. And we've straightened the river up for a little bit anyway, until it goes that way. But that would give us a nice square planting area. What have I missed? Hello, Christian Del Sasso, I think. What have you missed? Well, mostly it's continuing from where we left off last time. Drought started. I've changed these pines that were planted here into... Oh, Hannon. Hello, familiar name. I've changed this area here from the pines we planted last time into these, because I calculated we are short on some willows. And I'm straightening this area out here to make it a little planting area for the extra pines that we need. We used last time with the bot tower. Oh well, we've done a lot since the bot tower. We started building this whole power system here. So what I was also going to say is I came over here and built some scaffolding so that I can actually build this thing. But this is a giant, as if water was running now, which it isn't because we've got a drought. The water would pour down here and go through all these water wheels and then come this way into the reservoir instead of following this stream here. And I'm basically adding an extra 2 tiers to it. And you saw that I was building it, but not... Yeah, you had to go early if I remember. So this is... yeah, it's like a big water power canal thing that's in the works. So I've got this on the top here as well. I don't know if you saw that. Built some extra power stuff. I don't know what I did all last session. All I know is what I've done this session. And the main things was I'm extending this because we don't have enough pine resin and we don't have enough branches. And I'm straightening this out here to make it more viable, I guess. So we need to plant pines from do all of that space there, from here, there, and I guess we can put them there as well. So that should be enough pines. Using one of my logs for longer platforms. Yeah, I've got that installed as well. There's a 7. I don't know if there was supposed to be an 8 as well, but there's a 7 there. And I believe this... Oh yeah, all of these here, this one, and this are from the, what do you think about the 1.1 update? There's a bridge of 8. Yeah, there is a bridge of 8. What do I think about the 1.1 update? My main thought is that's going to be horrible for me to try and update my mods to it. I am not looking forward to having to update my mods. Having said that, the compact mechanical pump looks awesome. The fact that they've got new animations and stuff as well is interesting. I think what I'm going to do is backport the airlock. There has been modded airlocks before, so I know it is something that we can do. I'm planning on backporting the airlock from 1.1 to 1.0 for the leaf coats, as well as the impermeable power shaft, which is basically a power levy, for the Emberpelts. They'll get the airlock as well, but the they'll get the power levy basically. Right, so now the thing is, this guy here can't really reach all the way down here, so to get all the way down here, do those for the moment, you want, because this stuff doesn't have, you could go like that, but actually you want to go this side, go like that for the path that I removed. We want new guy planting. So you can't go there. Can I put this there? I can't go there because of the windmill being in the way. So I would have put this guy here. Just thinking. Yeah, if I even put it there, it can reach everything. So if I go this way, yeah. Let's put him down here. And we'll put this here. Because this guy here has as much as he can reach, you see. This guy here you want to be on bot. Yeah, you want to be on bot. So this guy's going to get the pine resin from this new area we've planted here. And this guy's going to be able to plant it. So we need to high prioritise these and the path there. You have played it once. What did you play once? The 1.1? I haven't even played it at all yet. This doesn't need to be like that anymore because that was for the power shaft to go under it that I've deleted. Because I built a power levy down here in the wall instead. Yeah, 1.1. So I could put a few more willows there. This guy here, when he's built, can plant those. This is something I needed to look at as well. We're at 60. What we're missing? There was some. Oh yeah, this is probably because they don't have enough time to do it all in one day. So the ones that haven't got maxed out, it's more probably an issue that they're at work during the day and can't do it all in the evening. Food, on the other hand, I think that's right. It's like I said, there'll just be a few outliers. It's very difficult to get everyone to max. So this is because there's too much in one day. This is something we need to fix though. Labourer monument. It's probably, if I remember, the labourer monument's in a, I was going to say weird position, but it's here, and that's where the house majority of the housing is, so that should be fine. But we need to add some more decorative things. So something that would be ideal to do is if I just put a little platform there. What are the main ones we're short on? Lantern, shrub, scarecrow, weather vane and beaver bust. Lantern, it's a short range one. Shrub is also a short range one, so we'd want to be there. Scarecrow. Beaver bust is a number 2. Was there a beaver statue as well, was it? Or no, just beaver bust. Weather vane is a big one. I'll put that there. I know this is a weird way of doing it. You know, I want to get them as close to the house as possible. So let's delete the lantern and put the lantern on top there, and we'll put a shrub under there. Beaver bust, shrub, lantern, scarecrow, weather vane, beaver bust. Shrub, lantern, scarecrow, weather vane, beaver bust. Yeah. Let's just put this guy out there as well. Actually, no, because there's one literally right there. Let's put the clock there instead. And that should touch the housing. So, except for those who live like on this side, where it might not reach them, that should cover most of them when they go to bed. In that tower anyway, because we have a tower over here with some housing in it. So the best thing to do... What is the other lantern? It's still just a lantern. Let me just come out here. So if we look at the base, this is what we're looking at. Look at the base. This is the wooden lantern. This is the metal lantern. So I don't know if you can tell just from the preview, but that's made of metal. But if you also look at the bottom, that's that basically merges with the metal fence and the metal arch. So you could do stuff like put the metal arch there and then put the metal lantern next to it and then continue the fence out from there, and it all merges together. Similarly, you have the hedge, and this here, the hedge will merge with the edge of that. Yeah. We've got these bot part detectors here, so this one's making bot heads, so automate bot heads. Making bot limbs, automate bot limbs. This is making chassis, automate bot chassis. Yeah, it took quite a while to program and design all the variations in the model, and then you know, like fire them up. That's heads, limbs, chassis. I was talking as I was doing it, so I wasn't quite sure I did it correctly. Yeah, these are all counted correctly, I think. So now we have the automation on that. So everything should have automation to turn it off when it's full now. It's still going to take a while for him to come up here and do all of this. Something I want to do eventually is we've still got like 37 workers here. I'm going to take all the workers away to do just bots doing it instead. I do think that you have a power issue. Yes! I have a power issue. That's what building this is supposed to solve. So the power issue is not going to get solved until this is built. And that's also why it has all of these batteries on the side. So like now during a drought, when there's no power, at least it'll last longer, if not throughout the whole drought. Something to consider. I've put these bot chargers here and that there with a path there. That's not going to work because you definitely access this side. You definitely access it this side. Which means you need to put the ladder there like that. Which means this side is inaccessible. So we've got like dirt storage there and other stuff. I suppose what we could do is put a plank storage there like that, so it's the doors on the top. And then it's like, what do you put here? What building do we actually have where they can walk through it? I know you can with houses, but most of them are because we've got like a hauler's post there. I think, short of doing another hauler's post, the only thing that they'll actually walk through without using housing would be builders or hauler's post. So you can put a builder's post there, and it will actually put a door on the side there as well. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get rid of this ladder, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that. We also need to get rid of the paths there. And then let's build another builder's hut there, which is going to have to be very high build priority because it will basically just disconnected this now, look. It won't connect again until that's been built. This can store planks. And then we could put our bot thing there and there. And I believe we still need a ladder to finish this. So the ladder can go that way around. And that's a sliced. Also, I just really love these new construction stages that I've done. I hope when you're playing them you appreciate the amount of effort I had to do these construction stages. That you notice that they exist. It's the big one. It's the wonder. I don't know if you've seen the construction stage of that being done, but I love it, it's amazing. I've noted over here as well. We will have the wheels in there. Could put power, you know, I can't do it because there's a path there, but I could put power down this side as well. But obviously it's not going to go as deep as that. Yes. Yeah. So I could, you know, dig that down. Alternatively, I could put like windmills up there along the edge instead. Now it'll be the water wheel. There'll be the water wheel there as well. So I don't think you can just put that there because it'll collide with the water wheel. Might need to put it on like a step up. I think this has reached the point where I want to put the ladder all the way up like that. This one hasn't yet though. Though I guess since they're not actually building the other stuff, I'll do it anyway. So he's planted all of that stuff, so we can pause him now. And he doesn't really have anything to do because we have to wait for the trees to grow before he can collect the pine resin. But once these have grown and they start collecting pine resin from it, these should run more reliably. And we should see the planks, because I don't think we're making enough to run the plank press. Look, like the pine resin. So I think the plank presses will run more reliably as well. If I just prioritise these by holders, that will, instead of planks, it will prioritise making lubricant, which would make the bots more productive. Also, there's a lot of waiting involved, which is why it's just, yeah. To they're halfway grown. Yeah, now they're full of pine resin, so they'll be making lubricant. So we are prioritising this over planks, which we have a shortage of, but we have a shortage of logs as well. I'm sure doing it this way will make the bots more productive, and it'll like sort itself out faster if the bots are more productive rather than the lack of planks. Because we are employing most of our bots, look. The ones that are incapacitated need more charging points. I think it can, at least on the FT. What can? Because don't forget there's a delay between me talking and... Right, so I demolished that and put more charging points as well. So you're responding to what I've said, and I don't remember what I've said. So you've said yes, it can. Then can also. I think that it can. It can, at least on the FT. I have no idea what those messages are all responding to. With the windmills. Oh, when I was talking about... Yeah. Well, the easiest way to see would be if I come up here, demolish a bit of path there, so that I can build a power wheel there. And the question is, can I put a windmill there? No, I can't. This is why I was saying I could probably do it if I put it on a platform like that. Of course, it has to be a vertical power shaft, not just a platform. However, if you've got the large ones, they're effectively just taller, so the large ones might be able to be placed right up against a power wheel. A water wheel. I'm going to demolish that again and do this. Yeah, because there's ladders down here, in there. And that's how the beavers will get access to this back row of weights. Otherwise, they can't get to the weights. So I need to let them build it as it is first. Then put the power wheels in, the water wheels in. Yeah. So yeah, I'll come back to it when they've built more of it. And I'll try doing that. in the meantime, I am mostly effectively waiting for things to be built. Yeah, I think like I said, I want more bot charging ports. I don't think I do actually need more bot charging ports. I just need more power for the bot charging ports. Because the reason why the bots won't be getting charged isn't because there's not enough charging ports. It's because they're spending longer in the charging port to get charged because of the lack of power. If we look here, yeah, we're not even generating enough power to start charging the batteries. We're only at about 60% production. So if we click on one of these buildings, it's yeah, there looks at 70%. So if this is only at 60, looks it's going up and down. So if this is only at 60% power, 30% because the wind must have just stopped. So this is only at 30% power. It's going to take them 3 times as long as to charge as they normally would. Which is why it feels like there's a charging port shortage. There isn't. There isn't a port shortage. There's a power shortage. At least I think that's how it works. We've done most of the back scaffold. It's just that ladder there that needs to be finished off. Yeah, these guys still running around behind there is not a bad thing until they've done at least the platforms. And potentially also the levees that go on top of the platforms. There's no point in removing yeah. I think they can also build the water wheels from underneath as well, which is why these over here are complete. They've been building them from this platform level here. So what beavers are still doing jobs? We've got the fermenters and the food processor. All of the foresters are still on beavers. The gatherers' huts are still on beavers. The herbalist. All the inventors. Don't really need inventors anymore. The large water pump. Some of the lumber presses, I believe those are the ones that are in this tower here. The scavenger flag. Yeah. You want that? One of the tappers' shacks, put that guy over, that'll be the one over here. Is this? You actually want to be focusing on maple syrup. So you don't need the automation. You're focusing on maple syrup. That's fine, okay. You Focus on pine resin. Automate to that. Can you reach... You can't even reach all of the maple trees. They can't reach all of the pine trees. The inventors cannot be on bots. Yes, they can. No, they can't. Yeah, you're right, they can't. I missed that. I thought there was change so that there could be, but that was just the observatories. The observatories also used to be beavers only. The only way that bots could get research was from the mine in Folktales, but they removed that recipe and allowed the bots to work in the observatories. I thought they'd also allowed the bots to work inventors' bots. Which they might have, and I forgot to change it. The tool factory, if we can change that to a bot. What? There's... Yeah, we still have one water pump. We don't need that water pump. Wood workshops. I think there's one in this tree. Yeah, there. He's still on beavers. So what beavers do we have? Do we have any special beavers? Now we did actually get some... My what? Ain't you wathing the wook? I'm not quite sure what that means because I think you've spelt two things wrong. Too many things wrong for me to understand it. Oh, we've got two R's. These 25 reflects there's two R's right after each other. We've got little baby Joe, who was born while the menu was open because he doesn't have a gender icon. I believe when I did this without recording, without streaming, we got a load of named beavers generated, like Bobingabout. He was there. Yeah, I'm mostly just moving backwards and forwards to look at things. So we've got a tree here that's nowhere near complete. So it could be useful to build some more things that we need in there. We've got a tree here that's incomplete. There's a bot charging there, look. You can see the smoke coming out the top of it when they charge. Most of the beavers live here. Some of them live here. Do we have a house here? We do have a house here. I think the most central spot is like around here-ish. Even though there's the district centre. So what I'm thinking, if there's room, that zip line may be in the way. I am thinking... really doesn't matter the direction of the ladder. This one here. I'm thinking we build that there, like that, to put this on the top there. Yeah, that should cover everyone in that tree and everyone in this tree and everything. You know, like the only thing that beavers should be doing that's out of range is this garden here. So if we build... It's this way here, isn't it? If we build a new garden here instead, demolish that one. Watching the World Cup football? No, I'm not. I'm not really a football type person. Not really a sports type person. When it actually, I mean, I'm gonna put this on lowest priority for now because I don't want them to actually build it yet. When they do start to watch it, I want to zoom in close and just watch them build it. I want to get this thing done before we do that, and chances are it's going to be around the start of cycle 21 when they finish building this. And they build it even faster if they were concentrating on it like that. Why there? Why there what? The wonder? Because it's the we've got beavers living over here on the left, we've got beavers living here over here on the right. This is the main like district centre tower with most of the beavers living in it. But there's beaver houses dotted around all over the place, like there and here. There's none in the bot tower. And I don't think there's any houses in this tower, but there's houses in every other tower. So the option is either we start another tower or build it somewhere that's already relatively central. And this is probably the most central, where it can access over here on the left and over here on the district centre at the same time. So there, because it covers all the areas where beavers are expected to be living. It doesn't quite come all the way over here though, but we can fix that by saying have bots working there. Like that. But then we need like a bot charger for here. We also need to get the power from this power dam over to this dam. Right, and I said the best time to do it would be like now. So what I want to do is I want to demolish that and that. I don't think that's what I did last time. This is what I'm doing this time. And build power dams there. It looks weird. How does it look weird? I think what I actually want to do is I want to go like this. and build power shaft across there, like that. And I don't want to be building a power levy all the way across here. What I will do though is I'll build a power levy here, mostly just because I don't want to demolish the stairs there. Actually, there really is no reason to not demolish those stairs. So I demolished that for no reason. That wants on high priority, that wants to be on high priority. Yeah. And this wants to be power levy on high priority. The wonder. There. And that will connect it. I think what I did last time is I came about this way, built a shaft around here, through here, and under there, and up. But this is better. Why does it look weird though? Because it's in the air? It's got the, that's just weird. It's got the metal blocks in but no logs and planks. That's not usually how building struggles go. I need to change the things that are high priority here to not be high priority because they need to get this done by, well, the end of tomorrow. Just these three little things here are the priority right now. I did not see that it was on a platform. Yeah, I had to build a platform to put it on top of. So I'm probably going to want some, not in this tower, but in this area. I want some bot charges. This is also probably one of very few places where I've put a wooden wall that's not this dark colour. Not wooden wall, bark wall. It's almost... I can't look up, can I? No. It's almost everything that's got the bark colour on it. That's also dark, and that's not dark. Almost everything that's got bark on it is the dark bark to match the tree. Even stuff like this, look. Dark bark, dark bark. See it on the back. This as well, dark bark. I could have chose different colours instead, but didn't. Green bark's a thing as well, you know, because you've got green wood. Green bark's a thing. This is white bark. And I think the windmills... They're not bark, those are planks, white planks. White planks. That's white bark, look. Oh, we've got an MK. An MK, look. What is that mod that are you using for the ladder platform? You mean this one here with a ladder in the middle? Well, this platform here is a Leaf Coats specific platform, so that's Leaf Coats mod. This is also in the Leaf Coats mod. This is a Leaf Coats exclusive platform in the More Platforms mod that I'm using, as it mod platforms extended. So the platforms with a ladder in the middle are all Leaf Coats exclusives. Right, so our drought started, that was finished, that was finished, but this is not finished yet. There we go. So if we look at this now, see that the water's slowly running down here and the water wheels are starting to turn. This water wheel's generating like 300 power, more than 300 power. I don't think it stays as high as 450. But that's 450 power for that one water wheel. We're generating more power than we need, and I don't think the wind's even blowing at the moment, is it? No, the wind's not even blowing. Just from the power of the water wheels. I was going to say these should be going up, but they're not, they're going down. What happened there? Yeah, I think our power demand went up and the power output went down. Yeah, because instead of generating 450, it's only generating 300 and something. But I believe this 300 that they're generating now, that's 337, look. So I think down there, yeah. So about the 330 that it generates is sustainable. So it's always going to be generating that. So as it stands, just with a one run, it charges them at night, but it's not enough to keep it running through the day. So we're still dependent on wind power. We're going to triple it though, because we've got another 2 levels to go. So I think this back end is finished now, which means the path that runs through here is no longer needed. So they'll start on the next level up. Yeah, where they can access it, I think they've built everything down here as well. Because I built the ladder there, so they can't get up here to access these. They should be able to build that one, but not that one. Oh yeah, they can get up. Because, yeah, they can't there, but they can here. So they should be able to build these from, well, basically where they've built here up to this one, but then not there. Can you maybe release the ladder platform without the Leaf Coats mod? You want them for other factions as well? Maybe. The platform with a ladder in the middle was supposed to be specific to the Leaf Coats, so that you could do things like... So let's just get this one here. Okay, so you built that there. You've got path running through the bottom because of whatever. Yeah. Now you can stick stuff like that on top of it. That is literally what it was designed for. In fact, I was going to at some point but never got round to it. Don't know if I will, design one of these like we have this platform here, like this, but instead of a block like that, have it, you know, the full circle of a ladder in the middle. So that it fits the tree more. Those I see for only the leaf. Yeah. Then there's also like, oh yeah, you've got these. Do you put a ladder in the foundation block of these? And if you do, what way should the ladder be facing? And then you've got not these ones. You've got these ones as well. Yeah, you could put a ladder in the middle of this as well. But then you have the same question of which way should the ladder be facing? Do you put it on one side? Do you put it on one of these edges? Let me just play. No, I can't place it. So I only did it with these ones so that you can rotate them and you get the same effect either way, that it's symmetrical. These aren't symmetrical. You flip that, oh no, your ladder's in a different position. So where should the ladder be? That's why I didn't do it with these, even though I was considering it. But like I said, these are Leaf Coats exclusive, intentionally. Can I also say Leaf Coats? I mean, you're typing it, you can type LC, I'll know you mean Leaf Coats. With an F thing. Yeah, F just flips. I mean, these aren't flippable, but let's come down here, right? So let's put that there, right? So if I have the ladder like this, pretend that's part of the overhang. Pretend it's one entity. So if you have it like this, okay, you press flip. No, it's like this. What about this? Where's the platform? You can't just press F to change it to this, can you? And what about this, which is probably, in my opinion, the least desirable option, but who knows, you might have a use case for it. You can't create that by pressing F, can you? This is why I said yeah, exactly, you see the issue. That's why I didn't go with and actually do it in the end, because it's like, okay, where exactly do you put the ladder? There's more than one more than one position, and depending how you want to use it, there's yeah, it might be a good idea. Now, how do you do it with that? Do you put it? I don't want to actually do it to unlock it. Do you put it at this side here, where this beam is? You can flip it to put it at this side, but then what if you actually want it across this side here? You need to have two different versions of it, just because of the two different ladder orientations you can use. And with this one, you'd need at least 3 ladder orientations for here, here, and here, which you can flip to get the 4th one. And that's why I didn't do it with those platforms. Right. So we want some more of these as well. We still have a log and plank shortage. We still seem to have a pine resin shortage. We don't currently have a branches shortage though, which is good. Because we did have a branches shortage. Unfortunately, some of the area that I wanted for... So I calculated that we needed at least 420 pine trees. That is 210, so that is half the amount of pine trees we need. So there's another 21. There's another 14. Is it 49? 7 times 7. Anyway, this is another 8 by 9. So that's 71. 72. 72. This is a weird shaped one. But let's say there's another... That's 7 by... So that's 7 by 7 with a 7 by 2. And a 9 and a 6. I think that's around 400 anyway. These are not automated. That was something else that wanted to be done. It's not that important though. But put this there. Does this population one allow beavers and bots, or is it just beavers? The other one, lubricant, less than 95%. Automate lube. I think it's just turning it off because that hasn't been built yet, which now it has. Turned them back on. Yeah. The storage, I believe, is there. Storage is 30, you get 75 on the output, so most of the output's actually going to be in the refinery rather than storage. Can he actually reach everywhere? I think he can, can't he? Yeah. Right, so I guess again we're at a point of waiting to see this built more. This has a lot of levees in it, which means it needs a lot of logs. I didn't use the mouse wheel there, it just did it itself, because the mouse wheel probably was right on the edge of a click. Gears are full, however, so if we come over to where the gear factories are, you'll probably see... I was going to say, you'll probably see that they're paused. They're not. Must have just woken up. That's not nowhere near full. Yeah, it's paused by automation. So it must be right on the edge of being filled with gears. But the fact that we're filled with gears and not using as much of them at the moment means that the planks should go up. So the plank shortage should end now that the gears factory is full. Are we still overfilled with dirt here? No, they've emptied it and started putting metal in. Good. This should also be high priority. Let's get them to do this. I know it's just to connect up this little thing here. I want to high prioritise the whole power line, get it connected up. Also, I should put these two impermeable floors as really low priority. Otherwise, they'll bung those up and the water will flow off the edge that way and off the map. Yeah, you can see the bot putting in the impermeable floor underneath the impermeable floor disappears before the water wheels, so you can't really see it. And this bug still exists. Impermeable floors are there, but for some reason it's gone to the underground view of them. There, look. That's underground view. That's normal view. So because I pressed that and went up, it didn't tick through them properly. So there's still that age-old impermeable floor issue that's existed for a while. Also, I want to do high priority there. So let's watch it from this side. Just walking slowly. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that so that we're on 30 times speed rather than just normal speed. Let things run faster for a little bit, hopefully to get this finished. So I'm going to go. Why can't I select that? I don't want that, I want the... that, there we go. Get that done. and high priority the power shaft. That is a lot more lag. Yeah! It's not terrible though. I used to play this when you were getting like just values like 10 and 3 down there in the bottom corner. So the fact that it's on like 90 and 20, 90 and 25, 80, 25, it's actually pretty performant from my perspective. And if you might notice, it actually goes up and down as the day shift, so now that it's night, change. So I flick for a moment. It's actually not that bad. Ooh, where we're getting a 3 from? And now on 20 to 30 FPS. Yeah. It's also nice that they've almost got this full ledge here, so what I'm going to do is just... I don't even really need to. I was going to say, I'm just going to prioritise that so that they finish this ledge off. And also from under here, they can actually build this entire platform, minus the things on top. Yeah. If we come to the other side though, for example, from here they should actually be able to build this platform, then get down and build the levee. But we might as well not knock down the scaffolding until after they've built all of this that's marked in high priority. It's also worth noting up here, look, that our logs and planks are not 0 anymore. What FPS do I get at 5? You mean like this? I don't like to leave it on here because beavers start behaving weirdly. There, look, we've got 15.3, 15.5, 25. So if I just put it back like that, I want to leave it here because otherwise the beavers will start skipping out on doing things. Yeah, there is a mod to allow more speeds, but I don't see the point when I know the shortcut keys to turn it on. You know, turn on dev mode, press the button, turn off dev mode. Some games will be like, are you sure you want to turn on this cheat menu thing? All achievements will be disabled from this point on. And then you press yes, and then all the achievements are disabled. But Timberborn doesn't do that. Yeah, I know what you mean about acting weird. Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's a lack of calculation, but since you're only getting like 3 updates a second rather than 30 like normal, I've got bad tard approaching. That means that this power is going to keep running while we don't get clean water. Well, I've got so much water spilling out. What is that? It's because this was knocked down and I never changed it. So that's been up like that all wet season. But yeah, with the game running on super high speed, the updates are only running like 3 times a second instead of 20 times or 60 times a second that you'd get on slower speeds, plus that 1 real second that you experience represents more like an in-game 30 seconds, sort of 99 seconds if it's on 99 speed, rather than a standard second. So instead of getting, in that same time period, 600 decisions, they only get 3. And as a result, they decide to do something, go do it, and oh look, within 1 second they've done one thing, where normally that 1 second would be over a minute long, and I've done multiple things in that minute. And that's why things act weird and beavers become unhappy and stuff, just because you're running on high speed. 30 is running well enough. Ooh. They've put in the floor. I told them not to build that or that, and they did it anyway. So you want these two here. I'm going to put them on high priority and then paused, so I can manually tell them to do it when everything else is finished. Because at the bare minimum we need to get the sides in here and the sides in on this side before we have the water. We put those in to let the water flow down. And ideally, if we've got the possibility of bad water, we want them to also do all of these gravity batteries so that we can delete these ladders as well. However, let's go put that back on 30 times speed. And I'm going to be right back. Just think of this as a time lapse. For the 30x speed, there is a mod. Yeah, I am aware. Like I said, I don't see the point in installing that mod just to do 30x speed where I can go like that. For some reason, when I turned that on, it flipped my camera on its side. Yorkshire tea. Well, it's actually a Yorkshire tea, but it's in a Yorkshire tea mug. So all of this on the back's finished. They can't really progress with it though until they've done the front. I'm going to come over here and find... Oh, that they haven't even started. That's fair. So put the planks in there. Put the planks in there. Let me just bring this down a bit. So put the planks. Put all the planks in all of them, and I put a few logs in there. So what I'm actually going to do is manually pause that so that they don't start building it while I'm not watching. So I want them to get this done first. Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me that they put all the planks in and barely any logs, because we've got loads of planks now and no logs. Do that on. Oh, that's a bit redundant because I'm going to do that. It's going to change that away. Not that it really matters because they can't build that until they built that. Tree of Life mod. Well, I've not played it. I was partially, like barely even involved in its creation because what's his name begins with a G. Oh, there's actually been a... Oh, what am I looking at? This... Oh, I'm not even in Timberborn. Where's his name? I don't think he's been talking for a bit. Whatever his name is, begins with G. Who made it? I was barely partially involved in it, like giving feedback and stuff. Yeah, it looks decent. Yeah, that's his name. Grauschweif. Sounds German. Hang on. Oh, I was going to say, hang on a minute. How could they have built that? They're going down the ladder, walking across and doing it. So that's another advantage of having the ladders. They have access to build multiple things at once. So what I'm going to do, when they've finished building this, the edges, and when the bad tide is finished, because I don't want them to be up here walking in here if they let the bad tide run through, is unpause these to let them finish that, so the water's going to run all the way down here and all the way back and double our production. And we could tell that we have high power. If we click on this one, that's not connected to anything, but if we click on these here, you'll see that they are actually connected to the power grid, because the power comes up here and here. So ideally this point here at the top wants a power shaft building on it, which we are going to do, because we're going to build the vertical power shaft right there. Not where you can see it now, where the path is on top. And that'll connect to the power wheel, so that'll connect it through this side. But it will also allow us to build the windmill on top of it. The main reason why I'm not doing that already is because we've got a ladder here. Why are these ladders not high priority already? Ah, that's why this hasn't been done yet, because the ladders around it haven't been done. Yeah, I put the water wheel there with the thing there and the windmill on top. And obviously we'd have to build them in order. So that one's not the highest priority one. It would probably be somewhere like here. Or here as the first one to build. See, what I actually can do at the moment is, in between the ladders, I can build just one. Because they can access this from standing here, and they can access this one from standing here or here. So as long as there's a ladder in between and I get them in the right spot, I can put down some of these now. And that one there, because they have access to that from this platform. So I could actually demolish this ladder, but not that ladder yet, and put in water wheels up to there. Hey, it's flipped. We've got more logs than planks now. I haven't made progress on that yet. Yeah, you might notice that it's just a stump like this rather than the full frame that you get on an overhang. That's because it's just using the same building thing as a tree trunk corner block or a tree trunk side block. I didn't actually give them their own construction stages. So now that the levee section has been finished and the bad tide has ended, I can unpause these. Now by this point when I was playing it not on stream, by this point, let's go back to 3 speed. By this point they'd already finished building everything. So this time round they're actually slower than the previous time round. I didn't mean to do that on that, but I don't mind. I was just doing them. These actually want to be the priority. Whoops, that one. So there, we're generating a bit more power that way. But when I was doing it not on stream, I've done a few extra things like reworking this dam here. I didn't do that when I wasn't doing it on stream. I did stuff, but it was simplified compared to what I did then. This is... yeah, this is in range. Good. When they grab that, I can demolish that ladder, but I don't need to, it can stay there. Just posted a pic of your latest on Timberborn Discord Leaf Coats. Hang on. Oh. Sneeze. Yeah, this is filling up. Okay. Timberborn Leaf Coats tab. Yeah. Your first wonder. Oh, so you're Sky. Wine Master Sky with an E on the end. Just Sky without an E on the end on the Discord. Right, okay. Also, hello, I don't think I welcomed you to the stream. Yeah, I see you've got the tree of life on top of the wonder. That's an interesting... I like it, but it's an interesting choice. So these need to be finished. What we're missing were planks. Right. So because we've got logs but not enough planks, they're going to come along here and build some of these water wheels. Like, I mean, they have. I wasn't setting there in the right spot. And the wonder on top of a column. Yeah, I put my wonder on top of a column. Here. And when we're finished with this being built, I also want to check. Because we were playing. I was going to stream this last night, but they asked me to play. Saturday is usually game night. I didn't do it last week and streamed this instead because of reasons. We didn't really do a proper gaming session. So we were playing Stellaris last night, and they basically says, "Oh yeah, we can continue tomorrow." So I just need to check if there's a time frame on that. Nobody's posted anything in the Discord yet. I need to monitor to see if there's a time frame on that, because I'll probably want to stop streaming to go join them in Stellaris. So I do want to try and get this finished as a bare minimum. So these water wheels here are actually connected to the grid. That one isn't yet because it connects through these. So when that one's finished, that one will be connected. Can we go like that? This one should get done first. I think that is the one they're doing next anyway. But in theory they build them in order that they were placed in. And while I did for the most part do them in order in a line, I did like skip one and come back and delete and stuff. Did you hear me take a sip of tea then? So if we do that, it'll do them. That should be the highest for it though. It's missing planks. Because these cost logs, not planks. For obvious reasons. How are you supposed to generate power to make planks if the water wheels cost logs? Sorry, if the water wheels cost planks. Even though it clearly looks like it's made almost entirely out of planks. The only log that you can see in there is basically the shaft running through the middle. And this is a relatively unique water wheel, isn't it? It's actually based on the compact water wheel, stretched to be too wide, and then with something else added in as well, I can't remember. So that's why it looks different than the Folktales water wheel. Need more planks. We're almost out of logs. Yeah, this is effectively finished. It just needs someone to come along and hammer it for a bit. Like that. Made a little bit of progress on the platform here. I'm gonna, change the priority to normal on that. Right, now that they've built this one's connected, but more importantly I can demolish that. I'll put the next one in there. I'm under on top of a column. Yeah, a column of dirt, I see. So this is finished, and this is finished, so I can delete these ladders here and put water wheels in. See how the game just crawls while I'm in this mode, and as soon as I place it, it stops crawling. You're getting 120 frames per second like this, but while I've got a water wheel pressed against this, I'm getting like 10. 15, 20 or something. So I'm gonna lower the priority of those, because this is the most important part. I think with the way that is, I can actually put one here as well. Yeah, because they can access that from the corner. What is the power net? We are currently generating 23,000 with a requirement of, well, it's going up and down, but it was about 8,000. So we're overproducing, which is good. The question there is, in a drought when the water's not flowing, can this hold over the yeah, that is good. Can these batteries hold over during a drought? And I don't think the answer is yes. I think the answer is no. Now we do also have the option of just making this longer. And while the end point needs to be here to go into this reservoir here, the upper two floors can extend over the entire length of the map in theory. Plus I don't think that's the, because look, if you look here, top of the map's like up here and we're down here, so we could put another 2 floors on top of it if we wanted to. So this could be deleted with water wheel in there. We could also put a water wheel in there. And when that back one is finished, we can delete this ladder to put the water wheel in the gap. There. So we can delete this ladder, put the water wheel there. And now that we're at this point, we can do something like delete this, put a power block in there and there. I'm going to change it back to speed 3. Put the windmill there and there. We could do the same here as well. Here and here. We can put those with a windmill on top. And come over to here. We've got a ladder up the side there, and we've got a ladder up here. So these two in the middle come over like this. We can put a power shaft there and there with a windmill there and there. And yeah, instead of going up this way to go up the side and up there, they have to go this way and up this ladder now. But that's fine. We haven't cut them off. Shortage of logs. We don't actually have a shortage of planks again. That can be normal priority. I actually want to... Why is it not? Okay, yeah, there. Really? I want to make these higher priority than the water wheel. And yet they're still hammering the water wheel. They're just missing logs. And they're putting the logs in the water wheel. I could put power shaft along here as well. I don't need to do that though, because the weights at the back act like a power shaft. Alright, so that's all 6 of these done. So I just need logs and planks. Yeah, this platform is now complete, so we just need to unpause this and we'll start building the wonder. We want to get this done first. When they build that, put the next one in. Can't really risk putting the next one in because they might build it and block themselves from accessing it. Caught yourself trying to rotate the map again. Yeah, it's not exactly common on a YouTube, but sometimes when someone's streaming on like Discord or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I just want to look around like this. So I'll right click on the video and start trying to drag and nothing happens. I'm like, oh right, it's a video, not actually the game, so I can't rotate the map to see around the other side. Also, look how weird this guy was going up the ladder then. He's gonna go like zigzag and then up the middle. It's because the game thinks there are stairs and stuff, so it doesn't calculate the route correctly. There, you see that he's like floated over here and then came back and went across. And they're not going straight up and across, they're going like it's a stairs. Right, so those two are built. Which means you could put them there. And these two on top. It's not going to make a huge difference adding the wind turbines, but at least it will make some difference. So they want a big high priority again. The others aren't complete yet though. And because we changed the priority, I might as well put that on high priority. It only needs 2 logs. You only these logs and planks. Feels a bit weird. Maybe I should have. I mean, the folktales ones use paper. Maybe I should have made these cost bark anyway. The most power these wind turbines can produce is something like 150. These water wheels are making like 330 consistently. Right, those two are complete. That one's complete. In theory, this one should be the next one to complete. There. There, I can demolish that all the way to there, because we should have enough range from the top of the ladder to reach it. So we don't need the path anymore, just the ladder. So there's another 3 to go in there when when these have finished. There's 1 there, 3 there, 3 there, and 1 at the end. It's relatively balanced. Just zoom out and watch from a distance. Hey, we got one finished. I was looking away while we were waiting. So one there with a windmill on top, and I'm not going to high prioritise it because it's not that important. Gonna go make some coffee. Yeah, okay, good. This one be on the end. I'm not going to high prioritise it. Theory. This one here and this one here needs to be in next, so this one and this one are the highest priority to get put in, because we've got 1, 2 and this, 1 and this. So these two are the highest priority to get built. Right, that's got everything in. That's just needs one more plank. Right, good. One there with that there. We can high prioritise that. Want to highest prioritise all of the unbuilt ones except the end one. Then as they get these 5 in, put one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there on just high priority. It's also been a while since we've checked the names of our beavers. We've got Emka. Emka's 65 already, so probably gonna die soon. There's Bobingabout, look. How old's Bobingabout? 13, so he's relatively young. Got a couple of icons here of them dying as well. So Bobingabout's a Duon this time. What was Emka? Emka's male, yeah. And a bunch of offspring with not really any names that stand out. Joe's probably the one that stands out the most to me, other than the named beavers. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to pick one with a young one with a relatively uninteresting name. I'll call you oh no. Yeah, you got. Do I have a custom picture? No, you don't, unfortunately. Custom pictures are... Okay, we'll start with full custom. Custom beavers, so the named beavers, that can be generated as, you know, the name will actually come up from a specific list. From Emberpelts, you've got Bobingabout with a unique texture and icon, full icon set actually. Lapantu full magic, battery smooth, and Tobet. Those, with the exception of me, those 3 are in there because they were 3 modders who gave significant enough assistance that without them I wouldn't have been able to make the mod what it is. Nat Anchor and Zuxi, however you want to say it, ZXUI, J, Zuixi, G. Those two I offered, they said no, they didn't want one. Also within Emberpelts mod, the name is not in any name generator and not on a list to come up, is Cokenose. But he has a unique texture and icon because of the meme around him of how it did actually come out of the original Charcoal Beaver's name generator, and someone pointed out, yeah, that might not exactly be the most appropriate name to show up. So I edited the name generator so that it isn't something that can come up, and gave him the unique icon and unique texture, but the only way to get him to show up is to rename a beaver to that, to Cokenose. Leaf Coats. There's MK and Norman, because those two people, along with Lone Fairy, but he never got back to me, those three people were significant enough to be worth, you know, basically putting in the credits. That's basically what this is. It's like me putting them in the credits. Those three people were effectively Lone Fairy, like I said, didn't get back to me. So there's MK and Norman. Those two people have a Leaf Coats beaver, because without the assistance of those two people, Leaf Coats wouldn't be what it is today. Without MK giving me their assistance, for example, the plant murderer debuff wouldn't be what it is now. They were essential in helping me figure out how to make plant murderer work as it is. I don't know the specifics of what Norman helped me with, but yeah. In name generator, all of the vowels A, E, I, O, U, as well as me, just M-E, the word me, those 6 beavers get a unique icon. They're not named, so they're not within any name generator. They can show up from my name generator, so that those 6 in the name generator's mod get a unique icon. I need to give them something to do. Emka is one of the devs, yeah. All of the others that I mentioned are modders. Emka is actually a dev, and he gave me assistance in making my mod. Like I said, the plant murder. He did help with a few other things as well, just answering questions. But he actually went in depth with me on how stuff works, pointing and say, "Yeah, do this. Look at that. Look at this part of the code here." And by looking at everything that he told me to look at throughout many areas of the Timberborn code, I was able to get the full picture of what I needed to do. So, yeah. But yeah, he's not a modder. He's a dev. So there's the other 6 names I mentioned. There's also Gary, which was kind of a meme with JC the Beard. So I made if you name a beaver Gary, he gets a tree as an icon. But he's also, it's not a named beaver, as in he won't just randomly be generated. I might do that. But the Leaf Coats name generator is, the name generator mod, specifically the script for, yeah, long live Gary, specifically the script for the Leaf Coats faction, the different, because each faction has a unique list of letters that can be used to create a name. Charcoal's a bit different in that rather than just a list of letters, it's got prefix and suffix words. So coal claws, for example, can come up. Coal and claws are a prefix and suffix name component within Charcoal, so that uses just jams two words together, which is where Coconuts came from. The Leaf Coats name generator script can generate a beaver named Gary, and if it does, Gary will have the icon of a tree and have a unique texture, which is green like most leaf coats, but it's a unique shade of green. This is built enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change angle to here and unpause this so we can see them start to build the Disco Rave Wonder. Other names on the list, again, they can come out of the random name generator. They are not predefined in any way. Karen, Chad, I think there's a third one, but my mind's going blank because maybe it was Gary. Karen and Chad also get a unique icon and can come out of the name generators. Specifically the Leaf Coats one, maybe some of the other factions as well. Gary is the only one of the bunch that has a unique texture as well as a unique icon, and is defined as being a Leaf Coat if you have the Beaver Factions mod. I don't 100% know if it works because he's not a quote named Beaver unquote. I think it does. But if you get someone named Gary, he should always be a Leaf Coat. Something I wanted, there we go, look, we've got a little platform in the middle now, look. So we're still at 0%, it's like 256 steps, or sorry, 250 steps in it. So we're at step 1, we've got a platform, a little piece of, little block in the middle. And as they continue, there we go, look, we've got a platform at the end, and as you also probably saw, the guy who was working here has gone away, and instead we've got two guys there and there. There's probably more than the, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? So we can see 7 bots working away there. There's probably more than just the 7 bots in there, but they'll be doubling up on positions. Is that also with a debuff? Which debuff? If you have it on the Emberpelts. What with Wet Fair Bad? Leaf Coats. The way the Beaver factions work is if you have a faction, the factions are defined in a list, so only those factions within the list can show up. So if you have Gary saying Leaf Coats, I'm always a Leaf Coat, but you play as Emberpelts, no, Gary will be assigned as an Emberpelt or a Charcoal. Yeah, in theory. Hang on, let me just finish what I'm saying. Gary will be assigned either an Emberpelt or a Leaf Coat because only they are defined within the faction. Only the needs for that faction are loaded. So additional needs like Tree Murderer, which is Plant Murderer, as you mentioned, Plant Murderer. That is not defined within the faction of Emberpelts, so it cannot be something assigned to it. So an Emberpelt can never get Plant Murderer. So if you play as Emberpelts and Gary shows up, well, Gary will be assigned to either Emberpelts or Charcoal, not as a Leaf Coat, because Leaf Coats is unavailable for the Emberpelts faction. If you're playing on something like Greedy Nation, then yeah, Gary will always be a Leaf Coat. But if leaf coats are not present as options within that faction, then they won't show up. So the Beaver Factions mod won't try and assign someone as leaf coats if leaf coats is not available in the current faction. You've already got some interesting ones here, look, because these two doors here have been complete when a lot of other things haven't even been placed yet. Now we've just got this random column in the middle. So you also got the edge of the corner there. But yeah, this is a truly dynamic construction stage. If I were to save and exit and reload, it would look exactly like this because this specific instance is saved. Hey, we've finally got something going on the edge here. So this specific instance of what it looks like now would be saved and loaded again. But if we built another wonder, they'd be building stuff in a different order. The order is randomised. So if we look now, we'll be at like what, 5%, 8%. Look, so 8%, there'll be something like 20 steps completed. As a big list, okay, this piece of floor here is made in 3 steps. There's like nothing there. Then there's these 2 end logs there, and then there's the full floor there. Those are the 3 steps. This door can't show up until step 1 has been completed. In other words, that there's this platform at the end here. You can see this. There's these metal spikes sticking out here for a part here. That can't show up until step 2 has been released. The full floor is there. So there's many stages. 256 steps to be. Individually defined items on there. This is not right though. This beam here should not be showing up until this part here is completed. So that's frame. Frame requires whatever that is. I think that's doorway 2. I'm going to have to look at the code. Do I have... I'm going to have to load out Unity. Can I not build the top part? Yeah, it's this and this platform here. This and this should be of a certain point where it can support that beam before the beam should show up. This is also something interesting is this needs to be present and this one needs to be present for this to start showing up. They've actually fully completed this at this step here. There's more that can go on than just this step here. There, see there, now that there's a top on there, this is when this should be able to be show up. But they're building it before it is. So I need to load my Unity, find Leaf Coats, Monuments Wonder, get this blueprint. This blueprint is so big I can't even see it properly in Unity. There we go, it's loaded. So I want to come down here and find here. So I'm looking for... So we've got south door frame here, so let me just copy that. South door frame. Goal. South frame L requires South pole 0. Yeah. It should also require South door frame 2, but it doesn't. South frame R should also require East door frame 2. You know that, so I can see it. Right. So then I need to come down to north frame L. Okay. North frame R and north frame L should also require north door frame 2 and then west door frame 2. West frame L should require west frame 2, and west frame R should require north frame 2. East frame L should require east door frame 2, and east frame R should require north door frame 2. So yeah, for some reason the definition saying that it also needed the door frame 2 was missing. I think it's door frame. East door frame. Requires east floor 2. If I come down here, oh, I need to preview so I can see it in Unity. Yeah, if you look here, look, this is the frame here. We can see that they've added an extra metal block to the side of it here, and this one's progressed even further where it's got a wall built in there as well. Look, we've also got this section here starting to be built in the middle. If I just go back to Unity, which is frozen. It takes a lot of processing power and stuff. I did DM you something. Yeah, I'll check in a moment. I'm just in Unity doing stuff. So if I go, you can't see what I'm doing here. If I hide finished. Ooh. Yeah, north, east, and west are hidden, that's alright. So if I hide door frame, yeah, that is the piece I think it is. And then if I hide south frame L, yeah, that is the piece I think it is. So that should be to unhide west, east, north, and finished. Right, so I'll go back to notes. A correction to the under construction stages steps. Okay, now I'll check the Discord. You sent me messages. You sent me pictures, you haven't actually sent me any text. One of the poles cannot be good. Yeah. Yeah, that last one's right. The first two pictures is what I was just coding in Unity to try and fix. The third one is actually how it's supposed to look. Right. So you can see here, the door frame here is effectively complete. That is correct. This pole here on the right is complete, so that is correct. Well, it is now anyway. Okay, if we actually click on it, we've got nearly half the resources in there. So we've got a short. We need gears. You can afford to put all the gears in. Treated planks. We've got a shortage of treated planks. That's probably going to be a bit of a bottleneck because we've only got 3 factories and they're being used for other things as well. Metal blocks. Yeah, a bit of a shortage there. And bark. Definitely got a shortage of bark. Bark is probably going to be our bottleneck because we haven't been collecting much bark because we're only using, and it's not even that one, we're only using one, it's this one here I think, we're only using one lumber press to make logs. That's the main thing we've been using it for. So this little patch of trees here is the only bark production we currently have. Oh look, you can see we've got these frame levels, I think I called them, going across here. So that's basically the outside trim of the level. You've got what they call the pod being built on the top as well, and that's actually stage 2, I think. Also, before we continue watching this, this is fully complete. Yeah. So let us return to the wonder time lapse. So as you can see, we've got a floor at the bottom here that's in. That isn't actually finished. We've got the next one up there, and then the next one being built there as well. So this central column is progressed a fair bit, but it's not actually finished yet. Also, it's hard to tell from this angle, but I think the only door frame that is actually finished is this one. This one's the step before being finished, which is why it's a different colour. This door is finished. This door is not. If we zoom in and have a look, you can see that there's like plaster in there as well. And this edge here has got irregular planks placed with cutouts where the windows go. Is the other side one? No, they're all at the same stage. None of them are finished. When they do get finished, they still have bark on the outside and the plaster on the inside, the same as this door here and here that you can just see through there. This plaster here would be on the same as here and here. It's used a lot in the interior. This one is now complete. If we have a look here, you can see that there's a window on the inside. I probably shouldn't have done it quite like that, but I was, you know, yeah. And as you can see, it sort of matches there and there. There's also the hut. We'll turn it round a bit. See him building a little frame there. That finishes off the front. Why are the huts? So we've got huts just starting to be built there as well now. It's like, why are the huts not built yet? I think their requirement is the door frame to that position there. What's the hut? I called it the hut. It's not. It's you know. Don't know what it was officially supposed to be called. What are the requirements for the hut? Because I believe it's just the floor. Let me just adjust the angles slightly so we can see a bit more of the wonder. So if I scroll down to where these definitions are, can I find the hut? South hut. Requirements for the hut. Door frame 2. Yeah, that makes sense. This is door frame stage 2. So this hut isn't being built because door frame stage is only at 1. Is it 1? Yeah, that's stage 1. That's stage 0. So only the huts there, which isn't been built yet, and there can be built. As you can see, this one's progressed the most because it's got the front wall in already, and a hole where a window goes. You can see that the bottommost central column block is complete now with the plastered wood there. I should probably edit that slightly as well, but it's fine. I know for the most part we're just watching this get built, but I think it's interesting the way it's coming together. So this one's complete here now, effectively. But we've got a beam going across there. I think the frame and the side are actually 2 different pieces. So once the frame goes in like that at stage 0, then you can actually get the beam coming across. So this one's complete, this one's complete, that one's not present, and that one's at stage 1, or stage 0. Yeah, that's complete now, that door frame. This one's still barely done. See, one of the problems is it's building in a weird order, because we don't have the huts on the sides yet, because this should be almost complete before the frame can even be built. So we've got a lot of the stuff on the side here that's been put in that shouldn't be able to have been put in yet, which is why we've got this big hole here with no support under this metal. Now there is barely support under this metal because I had one of the requirements was missing. So what have we got? We've got nearly all the gears in. We've got more than enough gears left to put in. We've got more than half of the treated planks put in, but we don't have any more. We've got 2/3 of the metal blocks put in and we don't have any more. About 1/4 of the bark put in. And no more. Bark's going to be the thing that slows us down effectively. So if bark's our limiting factor, there's a flag. There's 2 more flags. Can we put eucalyptus anywhere? Right, we need some roof pieces as well, because these pieces of roof are like barely doing anything. I think what we want is oh yeah, we could put something in there as well. Can we put a roof in there? No. I think all we can fit in there is the bench, isn't it? The bench doesn't even do anything for us. I don't think I can put... I don't think I can put the platform... Whoops, wrong key. There. Yeah, it intersects with the thing. I think the closest thing I can do is put something like this here. No, night time. Everyone's using the terrace. They're not using it during the day because they're at work. You want that one? Whoops, wrong key again. You want that one there. And then do something weird like put roof across it. Except I don't think they can get access. They can get access to build that and probably this piece of roof, but not the rest of it. Right, wonder. Let's continue watching them build the wonder. The central column's almost complete. All these 3 blocks here are finished. It's just this top piece, the top block, that needs finishing. We are getting stuff in here now. So this pod on the side it's almost complete. The next step has a window in it. We've got the first step of the pod here, or second step of the pod here actually. And yeah, as you can see, we've got workers on the top hammering away here. That looks a bit dark in there. Yeah, you've got a gradient on the floor. I thought I just deleted most of those gradients, but I must have missed one. No, more than one. All the floors probably have it. Have we got any of the huts finished yet? No. None of them have gone beyond this point here. I'd go back and check the power wheels, the power plant with water wheels and windmills and stuff, but we've still got the badge cat tide going, so there's no point. If we actually click on something like this, we're producing like 20,000 power with the wind not blowing, which is double what we need. Hey, look, one of the huts is finished. Is that finished or... Yeah, I think that's finished. Also, you've got these, the doors here. I can actually see all the way through. Can we actually click all the way through? No, it selects it. As you can see all the way through, so that little door at the end there is that door here from the zip line. If we look around as well, this one's got this side piece finished that matches the bark of the tree buildings. I don't know if do you find it as fascinating as I do watching this slowly get finished? Or am I boring you with it? I've also got well-being 65 maximum, so we haven't fully fixed, but we definitely improved the aesthetics there. So this top one's got the frame around the top of it, look. I'll just zoom in and look at the top, you can see how it basically fits in there between all the metal pieces. There's also this construction stage stuff is also not one-to-one exact with the finished model. You've got this on the top here. So a lot of this metal framework that I did here that's hidden underneath the finished wooden part here, it's not the same, and I edited it specifically for the construction stage, so you can't see the actual mess of the rail one because it's hidden underneath the wooden bits. Now with that here like this, I do it also a lot with just watch the wonder being built. Yeah, unfortunately, the wonder being built in Folktales, Iron Teeth and Emberpelts only has 5 set construction stages. This one, I literally spent more than a week just working on the construction stages of this one wonder. The amount of effort I put in to make it this unique deserves us at least once just watching it being built all the way through. Like I said, there's 256 steps total. It starts on step 5, I think, which means it changes 250 times as you are building it. Well, as the bots or beavers are building it. It changes 250 times. There's 250 update steps that are dynamically chosen from the list. And while the number of steps are a bit limited at the start, for example, the first step could only be to put the square around the centre here, or the edge here, on all 4 sides. Those are the only 5 steps that can be done first. But as you do more steps, like when there's that step's in there, oh well, the next step could be you either put the door frame there, the little, you know, the actual frame of the door, or the next step of the floor on each side, and the steps in the middle. It's like, oh, you've got the middle bit in there. Now you can build the box on top, or you could build the next phase out where the green planks currently are. When the green planks are built, then you can build these big poles up the side before you even finished building the floor, and then they paint the floor afterwards, or stain it, because you've got the dark wood here and the green wood here. That's the last stage. So in theory, since the last stage of the floor isn't actually required to start building all of the stuff that's on top of it, they could basically finish the entire wonder, and this piece of floor in the middle is still not complete because they haven't built this last piece of wood out here or coloured it yet. And similarly, I think this is now at a stage where you can build the tree looking part around the top of the frame. I don't think everything else, all the other conditions are met though, because I think it needs to build this first before it can. This one hasn't built the side wall here yet, so it isn't at a point where it can build that. And this side wall hasn't been built yet, so it can't build it there. And that one's finished as well, so it's only got 2 of the 4. It's actually got 5 conditions because that needs to be set. So it's only got 3 of the 5 conditions met so far. This one's finished now, this pod at the top. It's only got 1 floor at the bottom. That pod's not finished yet because it doesn't have the window in it and it hasn't been stained green. There's a beam, and now it has. There's a beam running up here. I think that beam's the first step of putting the floors in. So this has got the beam running here and the bottom floor in. The front frame is complete, even with this, so we've got these jagged bits here. That's like the door section, because if I click on it, look, we've got doors on the front. So those jagged parts are part of the door. It's got 1 floor in. You don't have the others yet. There is actually, I don't know if we could get to an angle where we can see it. Yeah. Oh. Where's the world? Right, so I did get to a point where we could see it. If we zoom out a little and look up there, you can just see that there is actually a ceiling in there. What did you say? What do you think that are some good levels of logs? I'm not sure what you mean. Actually, they just built the frame around there, so it doesn't need these sides to be completed, just the top. We need more treated planks. They'll slowly get built. We need more metal. That'll slowly get built. But our biggest limiting factor is still the bark. So if we build, can the pruners reach? Pruners can reach all this area here, yeah. So if we check tree planter, he can't. He can't. He can't. I don't really want to have to build another one. I've got a nice green area up here. I don't really want to build too far away. So this area's got some nice flat land, but it's not very green. So I think here. If we do that, and then we build this here, have a pruning flag here. We can build some more eucalyptus trees like this. What are you complaining about? Nothing to do in range? Yeah, of course there's nothing to do in range. You have to plant the trees first. So that should help with the bark production. We're at 70% at least. Yeah, I think we've reached a point where there's one guy working inside there that we could just barely see. But I think we've effectively reached the point where they can't build it anymore until they get more resources. So let's figure out what else we can do, because I don't really have much of a plan for anything else to do. Is it this one, isn't it? Oh, put the fermenters and food processors on bot powered. What are these? Lumberjack? Not lumberjacks. Foresters. Most of them are paused, but let's put the foresters on bots. Gear workshop. Put that one on bots. Grinder. Put that on bots. Herbalist. Inventors we can probably just pause. The large water pump, lumber presses, pruning flag, and wood workshop. There is one little tower. One little tower of what? We apparently still have 2 beaver jobs somewhere. Was it here? So from the top, something. Aha, district centre here. It's not going to make a difference because it's paused anyway. Gatherer's hut. There you go. That's what I missed. So what else I want to do is I want to come down here and change this to bots. Hey, well-being 66. So basically the effect of that is that all those that were too busy to do stuff, like the fun section here, social life here, they're all going to go do their things during the day. Do I have a custom? No, I don't have a custom tutorial. I think the way Lapan did a custom tutorial is he effectively replaced the Folktales tutorial. Is there a... I know they did a thing that says you can mod tutorials. If I go on faction, loading, Can you specify the tutorial, or is it just... see, I don't even have the option on Leaf Coats because I don't have the tutorial spec. If I find Factions Folktales, because they do have a tutorial. Starting faction spec. Okay. Yeah. There are no options. It's just like if you've got starting faction spec, you get the tutorial. Like the tutorial. Not a tutorial, the tutorial. I think. Which basically means if you want to make your own tutorial, you have to turn off the Folktales tutorial to do it. So, Laphan's basically, his mod is basically, oh, things in other factions are probably not going to work right if you've got this mod enabled. Yeah, Folktales don't get a tutorial because he's disabled the Folktales tutorial to write his own tutorial for White Paws. So now White Paws get a tutorial instead. But to make that possible, he had to turn off he had to replace the Folktales tutorial. UI tutorial, yeah, I don't want tutorial UI. Is there a... If I click on here, is there a tutorials section? Yeah. Tutorials section. Bad ties, basics, dams, droughts, forestry. If I click on one here, working hours. Set working hours, tutorial IDs, water and food. If I go for something here like bad ties, there should be like a trigger that it happens. Survive first bad tide trigger. Unemployed beavers trigger. And there's the stages here. Ooh. So I've never actually looked in the tutorial before, but a lot of it is just if this then that, if this then that. So yeah, I'm not sure how I would write a Leaf Coats tutorial, and I don't think there'd be a way to limit it so that Leaf Coats, only the Leaf Coats get the Leaf Coats tutorial, so it'll be trying to load it if you've got, you know, like in Folktales as well. Still bring stuff to this, can't they? Treated planks. You need like 255. They're slowly getting done. Metal blocks, they need another about 100. Other than that, it's just bark. Which soon we should get faster. So if we put a ladder here, then he should be able to get down and plant in all of this area as well. So yeah, there's no reason why I can't put some there. Let's put some there as well. So that's even more eucalyptus plants. I'm going to leave that looking at that, and I'm going to be right back. I'll only be a minute. Ugh. Do you have custom tutorial? Yeah, I read that already. So what we can also do is we can put some stuff in the corners here. I'm not sure if there's anything functional that we should. And the way that I built that there straight in the middle, there's no way to get further out to access it once this is being built. So what we can do, put stuff like this here. Can't really put the fountain there or this. Put that on top actually. And there like that. It's getting there, it's almost finished. We've got all the beams across this side now. Yeah, like they're just stuck there like that. I don't know if it was a requirement, but it's supposed to be like that. It's fine anyway. Oh wow, they've already completed one of these statues on the side. What did I need? Still some treated planks, mostly just bark. It's metal as well. These just require logs. There's enough logs there to finish all four of them. So, I mean, we need 1,000 bark. It's actually nearly finished with the bark. I thought it was 1,500 like everything else. And honestly, that's a bit excessive, because with the amount of stuff that has visible bark, you probably only actually want 500, not as much as it is. I mean, there's a lot of metal gone into this, there's a lot of wood gone into this. Mostly on gears. If gears seems a bit silly as well, because it's not all that mechanical. Also, there's a guy just in there hammering away, look. Now that the floor's complete. But yeah, the main question when this is complete is what should it require to fire it off? That's 3 of them. I'm gonna do this one as well. Is there a gap? Yeah, there's a gap. You can see him cutting across here to get to it. So he's basically building it through this wall. Did they finished all that down there as well? Good. See the beavers floating on the wind tunnel, I think it's called. So we've got 66. I think maximum at this point would be 67. And the main thing we're failing on is shrub lantern, scarecrow, and beaver bust. This one up here is probably a main walkway. So if I put this here, I can put in there the decorations we're missing. Lantern. Was it scarecrow? And shrub. It's probably not as good as if I put them elsewhere though. Like if we put some down here and stuff. Yeah, I'll build a forest there. I was thinking of putting a second wind tunnel there. I don't think we need 2. Wrong button, this one. I don't think we need 2 beaver bust as well. I don't think we need 2 because it's fairly well satisfied. Instead of a second shrub, just put a beaver bust there. This side's effectively complete. We even have the finished hut down there, look. So this section here is effectively complete. So this side here is the side that's missing most of its stuff. There's a floor missing there. There's the top missing as not complete as well. Oh. Empty mug. So 100 treated planks and about, numbers are changing, about 50 bark. Treated planks, bark. And I only have two of these. I only have two of these running, one at half capacity, and it's enough to make all the bots that we need to run everything. I could still stand on there to build stuff. How does he get up there? Also, where they're working has absolutely nothing to do on which stage actually gets built next. At least they're still working on it. There's always been at least one guy in there working, hasn't there? Maybe. I think so. Yeah, he's over that side now. We've almost got enough bark. A little bit further behind on the treated plants. Dance party. Yeah. It's a disco rave, it's called. I need to do the icon. I forgot about that. I need to... Let me get me notes. Let me do my notes. Under icon also... Under icon, under activation materials. So we're actually at 67. Ah, look at that. 98, 98. Nearly everything's on 99. And we've still got a few aesthetic needs that aren't satisfied. They seem to be a bit difficult at the moment. I haven't even built these extra ones that we were short on. Wrong button. Yeah. So still got MK, still got Bobingabout, and we've still got Coconose, and everything else. Everyone else has died.
Oh, malaverdade.
Everyone should be unemployed. We have the logs, we have, sorry, planks, we have the pine resin, so it really is just a matter of time before we get the treated planks. They just actually have to make them. The fact that there's only 4 in there and 7 in there suggests that should... Oh. I bet because I built it on the roof of this and it's not actually connected up to this part here, I bet the pneumatic tube system isn't linking this to the system. Oh, you want to prioritise this by haulers. That'll be full. The limited branches will be because there's no branches in here. And there's none on the output because they'll be getting sucked through to like here or up to here. So yeah, that's a slight design flaw. Building it on top of this because that didn't extend it. Stages hasn't really progressed. We just need 2 more treated planks. It's probably just more that we need to wait for the guys to come in and build it. But now that they've delivered everything and don't really have anything else to build, they're probably going to rush in now and start and all get together and finish building it. So the progress will be, should be moving faster than it was now. Yeah, we've got the side wall there done, so that's the full height in there. Just need to put the floor on the top, plus finish these frame parts, that pipe and stuff like that. We're almost done. Got all the floors in there now, at least. The roof is finished. Yeah, we're at 95%. There's very few things left that it can put together. It just finished that pipe. Put an extra floor in there, and a beaver appeared in there building it. That side's finished. That side's effectively finished. This side's effectively finished. It looks like it's effectively finished. 97%. There'll be some stages somewhere I forgot about or just can't see from this angle. Very slight clipping around there that you can see as I move the camera around, but it don't matter because it's effectively finished. And when you see it finish, you'll see it just go boom. Ah, there we go. Look, this is something I forgot. You've got these sections in here with the windows. That's what they'll be building there. There we go, it's finished. It requires 500 bark and 500 shovels to be finished, to launch. Bark and shovels for a dance party. I think, however, now that the construction is finished, this is probably a good time to save and exit. Stop the stream. So the question I pose to anybody who's still watching: what should it cost to launch the Dance Party Wonder? That's the question. Leave your answers in the comments. Send them in Discord if you in Discord if you want. So we are at cycle 22. Now. Why did I delete it? It's Leafy Lake Cycle 22. Save. And exit. I'm going to exit to desktop as well. But before I do that, yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment letting me know what materials you think the Wonder should cost to launch instead of bark and shovels. Good night.